Only the best of the best, my love. Order of operation, trial and error, components. What was the other word I'm looking for? Um, some things are going to be obsolete here pretty soon. So, I have so many messages that are coming forward, and I have to break them down into a complete science, into order. So, one of the messages that is on TikTok that another co-writer, another creator asked, and she was like, man, I have a lot of information that a lot of people are like, that's gated information, like that's your information, like don't come forward with information. It can be in some languages pronounced incorrectly and seem a little bit, I don't want to use the word that she used, but can be put you into some positions. That's all I'll say. And she wanted to know, like, all of her followers, if they're even actually followers, what they thought of that. And so then I had to sit with that too, because I have a lot of information that I'm coming forward with, and that's part of being the receiver translator for multiple different generations that I do. And so also as a esoteric and an energy reader and an energy healer, like I know how to, face certain battles that you're put in the front line to face. And that has to do with truth. You have to face yourself, truth, and then be able to come forward with the right information. And as an energy healer, you have to delete certain measures and fears off of you for you to be able to ingrade higher levels of information. And it's kind of like an operative system. Like your brain kind of works like that. You have enough storage. And if you're at full capacity, like some past elders have been for such a long time, they're not integrating new information and new levels of higher consciousness and so on and so forth. So as I come forward with new information, how you digest that, because it's like I'm going to give you a plate of information, and if you don't have the storage capacity and the level of consciousness to digest that plate and to decipher it, like, okay, that sounds good for me, like, use your own discernment. That sounds good for me, that fits for me, I'll take that, that's not needed, and so on and so forth. We're starting to learn as people and as like kind of higher levels of mind, higher levels of consciousness, higher levels of operative systems within programs, and so on and so forth, how to digest information that's needed for just you. Because your position is perfect. It was created for just you, not your role. Your position was created for just you. And so as I come forward with information, I don't, as the messenger and as the writer and the receiver and the translator, I don't get to decide. That's not for me to do. Now, there's going to be things on this app, and there's going to be people in the atmosphere, and there's going to be things around you that's like, nope. No for who? No for you? I don't hear no. I wake up in the middle of the night and write pages. This is where I'm at right now. I cleared my vessel so purely from being a raw vegan, and mainly 90% of my day is straight juice, protein, and so on and so forth. I go outside so that I'm not cluttered by the phone, and I'm not cluttered by other people's stink and other people's bullshit, because I am also an empath. So it's like a sponge. I just receive information, and then I have to okay, that feels chunky. I feel, I anchor in light in this dense time-space matrix that we're in right now. And people are like, oh, how do the matrix? People think matrix is science. It's like science or religion. No, the matrix is not. It's a complete. You can't, and I'm not going to jump into that. That's a whole different. It's a very well woven, and woven is a bad word as well, conjunction of conjunctions of different levels of knowledge. That's what it is. It's different levels of knowledge, and how you digest that is completely up to you. Okay, you can't say that my information is anything but what it is. It just is. It just is. And that's part of the balancing act that we are here to do. It's an operative system. It's a well-tuned machine. You either have it tuned and it's working properly with proper function to, import and export information and so on and so forth, or it's not. You either are in your prime position in this life, or you're not. It either exists or it does not exist. It's a math. It's equations. It's heart. You still have to have a heart. So for all those ones out there that think that you're just, artificial, you're not. But it is a conjunction of all. Yeah, that's where we're at now. It's a conjunction of all. So I have special messages that come to me day or night, which reminds me of another message. Day seems to be night and night seems to be day. Somehow or another, because of what's going on outside the firmament and on the other planets and the actual sun and the actual coding, somehow they turned us upside down, and now night is day and day is night, and that's why the moon's not out at night and so on and so forth, because it's trying to block you from information. So if some of you are staying up all night and you're like, I don't understand why I'm staying, it's because you're guided to get back on your natural function. Like Mother Earth itself is getting back into its natural rotation and its natural function. So sometimes at nighttime, you're like, why can't I sleep? It's because that's not when the real sun is out, so to speak. It's not its real function. So don't beat yourself up if you are not able to sleep at night, okay? I've been getting most of my messages at nighttime, which used to be backwards. So we're going through this very weird place in time right now, okay? Don't beat yourself up for it. Give yourself more water. Give yourself more space. You have to face, and this is what truth really is. And this is things that I've been writing about, and this is where it's really coming through, real hard right now, okay? And we're talking about density. Density within soul. Density within shadow. Density within self. And that's where the truth, and it's like the truth card is here, man. It's fucking here. Bam. It hit like a ton of bricks. And everybody, and I feel like what's truth's little brother? Like what matches truth so hard right now is the void. People void the truth like the fucking plague, dude. Not everybody. But like some of the other densities out there and some of the other shadows and some of the other stories and some of the other foundations and so on. They are scared shitless to, and what it is it's view yourself. That means by not going through the void and not recognizing the void, and it's also kind of like a reflection. It's like a black mirror, but it's because you're scared of self. And that's what the matrix system is built for, is to experience self in all angles, of all directions, of all times, of all everything. And that's what gives it non-judgmental. It needs balance, but it's non-judgmental. You're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to look at self in a different perspective and be mad at that perspective. That's not even a thought when it comes to the entire operative systems of the universal codes of all time. It doesn't work like that. So by not facing the void, you created more void. And this is going to go above some people's heads, and some people are going to sit with this and feel better, because I'm not trying to give you too much to munch on, but you have to have the right density at the right frequency with heart as well. Do you see what I'm saying? And you have to not fear the void, the unknown, the change. You can't fear the change. You can't. You're not allowed to do that. And if you are, then you're staying in shadow and you're staying at a lower level density that you're not needed at. You're not needed to be there no more. You have to go through like the void, like the truth. The opposite side of the truth is like the void. It's like if there's a prince of darkness, there must be a princess of light. Do you see what I'm saying? I hope you feel me on this, because the amount of measures that I've had to go to understand this fully, completely full. It's not one, it's complete O. It's complete zero. And I love you. And Mama loves you. And Daddy loves you. And that's on a whole nother level as well. So, one love, baby.